What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Essential Credentials Podcast, episode 71. A surprise. We are doing one tonight because the highly requested Will and Tyler and Ryan are here. Jeremy sadly is not here, or is Andy. We were hoping both of them could make it, but they're probably preparing for tomorrow, to be honest. But glad to have you three here. It's been a while since you've been on. Will, you got to come on here a couple months ago with Greg and I, which was fun. But Tyler, you've been doing personal stuff and you've been pretty busy.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've just been able to talk about cards.
Yes.
So nice.
We'd like to preface that Tyler told us 3 weeks ago that he was going to stop buying for a while. That is definitely going to end tonight. So sorry ahead of time, Tyler.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Kelly.
Yeah. If anyone listening has McGuire's for sale, Tyler's
he has one for sale. He has one for sale. If anybody wants one of the nicest 90s cards ever made, hit Tyler up. He's got one.
Oh, yeah.
Should be a 10, but is a 9, right? If I remember correctly.
Should be an 11.
Yeah, right. So I thought I'd bring these three gentlemen in here to talk about their top 10 pickups of the year, but not in order. That would be boring and too easy. So I've got the list that I pulled up for the roundtable. Thought that would be fun to go through, and we'll kind of hear about what Will and Ryan and Tyler are planning on doing for this upcoming year. Crazy is to think that this year is over. It's been probably the best year for a lot of us in the hobby, I would think. Some of the cards that we've all added, let alone, other hobbies and things that we've got going on. So it'd be fun to talk about that. Will, how was your holiday?
As far as like Christmas and stuff goes, it was good. We went to, my wife's family all came here. Did we? I don't even remember what we did. I think, everybody came here. Everybody came here. Yeah, because we did like a Thanksgiving Christmas mashup on a weekend. Okay. And so we knocked all of them out at once, which was great. And then we did my family on Christmas. We went to my parents' house and did all that good stuff. Ate at all the restaurants back home that I've been missing and stuff like that. It was good. It's been good.
Awesome. Tyler, how about yourself? How was a busy Christmas for you?
Well, we have been sick from about Thanksgiving until now.
Dang.
I think I might be starting to get it, but my wife and daughter are sick and my mom's sick and I'm fighting it, but I think it's a losing battle. So it's been sick and busy but fun.
Good. Well, we'll help you forget about it for about an hour here. So it'd be nice to give you a reason to pull the cards out. I know it's probably been a while since you pulled them out and really looked at them. So
yeah, I had to blow some dust off.
That's good. And then Rhino with the perfect setup. I mean, look at him over there, high rolling. He's got a new frame, a couple display cases.
Hey, I got some diapers back there. What's wrong with that?
Your background has changed.
Oh, trust me, it's a disaster behind this. I had the 9-year-old help me move this over, so it would at least be a little better view instead of just a gray wall and a gray couch and a gray rug.
At least it would be matching, though, right?
Everything's neutral in this house. Yeah.
How was your Christmas with the family and everyone?
Oh, it was good. I got the gift that keeps on giving, the Corona, right before, about a week before Christmas Day, right as we got off work from school. We had a family get together that Saturday ahead of Christmas, so I think some folks have been in contact. But everybody's doing great now. We've had a good time. The kids had a great Christmas. Getting ready to go to my sister's for New Year's tomorrow, so looking forward to that. Shoot some fireworks. We're doing hibachi for Christmas, so.
There you go.
My brother-in-law
has nothing Alabama's famous for. It's their hibachi.
It is. Hibachi and all of our very old Army depots.
Well, if that's an inside joke. Like your firework video from last year, I'm sure you guys are going to have fun because I don't want to quote what was said, but there was some funny things said on the video, and then a firework went off. Everybody freaked out. Definitely what you got to do. So that'll be fun. I'm sure I'm dog sitting right now in my parents' house, so the one lab will be hiding by my leg. Their corgi will probably want to hide in their kennel. So I'm sure Chappie will be hiding if he hears the fireworks going off.
Oh yeah.
I know, Will, you got some dogs there. Are they pretty good with the fireworks, or do they go hide as well?
Dexter, our dog, he doesn't care, or at least he didn't care last year.
Yeah.
And then our foster that we have this year, I don't know. I don't think we had her on July 4th. I think we got her just after, maybe. So we'll see. I mean, it's South Carolina. People are already shooting off fireworks, and she hasn't like freaked out yet, but it's only been like, 1 or 2. So
Right.
we'll see.
We'll test this tomorrow for sure. Well, looking forward to seeing some of these cards because, we talk every now and then, but we don't, share too many of our editions. And then, Ty hasn't picked up anything here in a while. So it'd be good to kind of remember. It's hard too, because you go all the way back to, I don't know how you guys keep track of when you got things. I know Will and I scan things in, and I'm posting on Instagram. So that's a good way of checking when the most significant things came in. And I don't know if you guys, had this happen, but, you go back and you look at the January pickups from this year and you're like, what? It seemed like it was forever ago, like that was easily last year. But so that was kind of fun to discover that. And then, kind of reminiscing about, you have those great pickups in the summertime and then things get really busy and completely forget about it. So it'd be nice to, what's up, Jeff? It'd be nice to, see some of these cards. So we're going to start off. I'm going to go in the same order. Don't want to go out of order because Tyler would get all freaked out here. So I should do that. We're going to start at the top here, and we'll just go Will, Tyler, Ryan each time. That way everybody, I don't have to cue anybody. Y'all can just go right after one another. And we'll try not to take 5 minutes on each card here. We only have about an hour and a half. So
Sure.
I'm just kidding. But most sentimental edition of the year. So looking forward to this one a lot. So go for it.
Yeah, so this is also one of my more recent ones. So my dad FaceTimed me. My father is over 70 years old. The man does not FaceTime anybody. He FaceTimes me out of the blue one day, and I answer assuming I'm getting butt dialed or my mom's calling or something, but it's him. And he goes, your mom and I are at an antique store back home in Georgia that's closing. It's like they got a little, jewelry carousel of cards on the counter, and they're marked 50% off. I go, oh, okay. So I go, all right, well, flip your camera around and let me take a look. And you know how that went. That took 5 minutes. And so then he finally gets it. He's like showing me the stuff, and we're looking at them, and I'm frantically like checking eBay to see what comps are, because it's mostly vintage, which I know a little bit about, but not enough. So I'm scrambling, and unfortunately 50% off was probably about what they should have been selling for in the first place. But there was one that I ended up getting a pretty good deal on, and it was a 63 Fleer Roberto Clemente.
Wow.
SGC 55. It's in great shape. The centering is obviously atrocious, but really, even on the back, those edges aren't chipped.
Oh, they're not.
And
The corners look great.
The green's still nice and green and bright.
Yeah.
The colors look really good. I'm super happy with this. I think the centering is really the only thing that killed it.
Doesn't look like any surface issues either. I mean, it looks really clean, man.
Yeah, no, not that I could tell through the slab at least. So that was an insta buy, and my dad was happy to. He felt like he got one over on him, He's like, yeah.
That's awesome, though. That's cool to have the parent connection. Has that happened to Tyler or Ryan? Have you guys had a random family member say, "Hey, I got some cards for sale," and it be something?
No.
Yeah, same.
Other than that crazy thing that happened a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. But
I'm still stuff from it.
Yeah, I'm still selling stuff from that. It kind of helped with some Christmas this year, so
right.
It's pretty good.
Awesome. That's sweet too, Will, because I don't know about you guys. When I see that, I think of the 98 version of that they did with the gold foil was it out of 63? It was, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's fun to reminisce. All right.
That thing is crispy though. I mean, those corners is a beautiful card in a Clemente.
Yeah.
That's one card that I want to add to my collection. Just any Clemente will be fine with me.
And I've got a decent little side vintage PC, but I didn't have any of the 63 Fleers, and so this one immediately caught my eye. And then when I looked the price up, I was like, Yeah, I need that one. Need that one. And
Fine-
now I've got the
finally-
vintage itch, so
Oh
we'll see how
no.
2023 goes.
Uh-oh.
Well, that'll be an interesting place to start hanging out for sure. You got to go to the National again then and find all that vintage there, man.
That's the plan.
Yep, that'll be fun. So, most sentimental on your end, Tyler.
Yeah. So it's actually 3 cards, but they're all the same parallel. So these, the 1999 Finest, the gold refractors. I remember when I first started getting into 90s, I remember seeing everybody that had all 3 of their guy, especially you, Matt. And I was like, oh man, if I ever am able to get all 3 of those, I'll feel like I made it. Like in the 90s collecting world.
Right.
And I was actually able to grab all 3 this year.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I went from having none to 3. And he actually has a 4th. It's him and Hank Aaron.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
have
it's
you seen that before? Have you seen a copy for sale at all? Or
yeah, there was actually one for sale this year that wasn't too badly priced. It was maybe a little bit more than it should have been. I don't know if it sold or not, but no, I was tempted, but yeah.
It's also out of
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's card like 300 of
I don't think I've ever seen that before. You'd have to send
Yeah,
us
I can't
pictures.
picture it either.
Doesn't
Yeah,
even ring a bell.
I have like the base and the refractor version of it, just not the gold refractor.
uh,
But yeah, so having all 3 of them is pretty cool.
I think like Will Cal's got 3. I know he does, right? I would think, and Javi's
sure.
just got the 1. Ryan, correct?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we can all agree like we take the upper echelon of expensive 90s parallels, and those are the obtainable ones for most people. Those are in
Yeah.
the top 10 for everyone, I would think.
Yeah.
And those are so gorgeous, the deckled edge. I don't
Mhm.
know which one is the best looking of the 3, but
I think it's got to be the gems because it's got the. I know my lighting is horrible over here. I forgot how bad it was, but it's got the honeycomb there. Like
oh
what was
yeah.
that? What was that? The 2000 Topps Chrome Golden Anniversary, right?
Mhm.
Those had
Oh
like
yeah. Yeah. I know
Yep.
which one you're talking about.
those had the
Yeah.
honeycombs on it. Yeah,
Oh, nice. Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's awesome. You're able to get all 3 of them and kind of hopefully they were spread out a bit, because I always feel
no, they
if
were
we're-
like two of them were together, and then the third one was up, and
Yeah.
I was like, I got to go after it now.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
can't let that
So
go.
do your guys have the deckled that's not numbered? Have you seen that one?
I
So-
have yes, I have one of them. I think it's
Okay.
it might be the gems that I have.
I was able to track that one down. So I've got, all the refractors, the gold deckled that's numbered, non-numbered, but there was also like a proof that wasn't deckled that was a gold parallel. So I was
Yeah.
able to track all those down. So even though he only has one, there was a nice variety.
Yeah.
Pickup.
Heck
That's
yeah.
one of the best looking gold refractors in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually
Beautiful.
bought the non-deckled proof earlier this year. Not numbered or anything. It was a BGS 9, I think. And it was like a cheapo buy it now. And it's just like, yep. And then Chuck Grushow, the other Ripken guy, he almost has like a master set of all the Ripken proofs for Topps Chrome or Finest or one of them. I forget. I think it must be Finest.
Mhm.
Because as soon as he found out that I bought that, he was like, he sent me the pictures of, his entire run. And I was like, you need this one. I do not need this one. So I let him take it.
Huh.
All right.
Does he have all the 2000s also?
Man, I don't know. I'd have to ask him. He had a ton. He had like at least a dozen of them
Jeez.
I
from
felt like
across
that's
the
all I
years.
ever saw was with the proofs for the 2000s, like the gems, 2000 gem golds. You'd always see the proofs
Yeah.
of those. I don't think I ever saw like a legitimate A-Rod with the deckled edge on it.
Oh, really?
No.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, at least in the 5
Yeah.
years that I was looking for them, I'm sure they've sold. I think I did see one, but it was super high, and then it never sold. So I've never seen one sell.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy stuff. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you were able to get all those, dude, because they They deserve I don't know. Did you ever post a group shot in one of the groups? I'm not in the 90s, or I don't go to the 90s groups. I don't know.
I don't think I did.
Okay. Have to do that.
He doesn't want to dip that toe in. He knows one post is all it'll take.
I know.
He'll be pawning those diapers and buying cards.
Too late now, man. Too late now. Awesome. How about you, Ryan?
I'm going in and out of mute because I don't know if you can hear what's going on in my house, so I'm trying to keep it
As long as
quiet.
something doesn't come in the room, hit the case, and shatter the case, I think you're good, man.
Those cases, they've been in the kids' in the kids' classroom, in their room, in their bedroom. I finally moved them out here, and I'm like, look, if this gets broken, you can forget Christmas ever happening again. I told them, I was like, look, Santa Claus has a new strategy. He brings toys on the 25th, but if you're a little turd, 27th, he's taking them back. So just don't break my cases. So
I gotta remember that. That's a good one.
So, which my sentimental pickup really is, it's very personal because it's a card that I actually designed and had printed. I was just thinking about everything that I'd picked up over the past year. Nothing really stood out that was connected to a family member or something just in the past. So, but my son played baseball this spring and this fall, and a Christmas gift that we decided to get for his team was we had Topps cards made. So you can go to Topps online and have a team card made. So we did the 2018 design. So I did one for each of his buddies on the team.
Dang, I didn't know they were like official Topps. I didn't know
Yeah.
you could do
So
that.
uh-oh.
That's freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
So, and then on the back, I was able to do a write-up of each player. So I got to actually do the write-up. I spent time trying to make a connection for each of the kids from something that happened during the season, during a tournament, just something that would stand out that they would remember.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's
Man,
really
that's
cool,
cool.
man.
so, I've seen a lot of them. I've seen people post those in a lot of different groups. Guys that do like tailgating for NFL games, they have them made for all their tailgate groups. It's pretty
Oh, that's
interesting,
funny.
Those
this
are
one-
would be interesting.
but it sits right there on the case. It sits on my first home run ball from Little League that my mother kept for me. So it's pretty.
That's awesome.
So that's about as sentimental as you can get, I guess.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
you get
that's
to
awesome.
give them to the other kids yet?
Yes and no. A couple have got them. So we never had a team party. We rolled straight into flag football this summer, and I've got them in little bags, but we just haven't had a chance to get them out. So they're sitting in little gift bags. So I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. They're playing basketball right now, so
Yeah.
we'll just have to crash one of their basketball practices.
Awesome, dude. Well, that's really cool too. I remember hearing about that because Tyler had one made for that dog at his hobby shop.
Yeah.
Dog, right?
Yeah, well, I think I have it right here.
Yeah. Like the creativity you guys have both had on those is really cool. Let's see, Tyler. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love it, man.
Rookie card. That's right.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
you did yours. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because he had the dog was at the shop every single day with him, and then she passed away, and so I made these cards for him, and he was handing them out to, all of his friends that were always there and stuff, and they loved them.
That's
Man,
awesome.
that's cool.
There
How
you
much
go.
does it cost to make a set, and how many cards do you get?
It's not bad. It's like $20, I think. Shipped.
Yeah, you get. I think the lowest quantity you can buy is 20 cards,
Mhm.
and then maybe $20 ship for 20 cards.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
cool.
you get 20 cards. Yeah, and it's pretty thin stock. I mean, and it's like photo paper on the front,
Yeah.
the finishes, but it's
So cool though.
yeah.
Yeah, you got the Topps logo on there and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like I'm about to go make a set of myself for
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
And you could pick vintage designs. I mean, they've got multiple designs.
Yeah, you can
choose
pick
from.
like, you can, if you want it like an MLB team, you can pick whatever you want, or what Ryan did, a custom team, and you can put rookie card on there and all that.
Mhm.
Well,
I'm just thinking
can you
back.
imagine if those, the wiffle ball league. Oh my god,
Yes.
dude.
I just, Jeremy's in the chat. I know Jeremy's probably thinking the same thing. Like, holy crap!
Like just
I know
like
what
you
everybody's
guys
getting for Christmas
crushing
next
them,
year. Yeah, I'm gonna go dig through my Facebook memories.
Would
from
you be able to fit all the
15 years ago.
stats on one card though?
That's a good question. I do still have all our stats somewhere.
I think
have
there's
all
got to
of
be like a secret insert of the brony. It's like the unicorn. That'd be so hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man, I'm really gonna
those
have
would
to
be
think about
funny if
this.
you guys still had that league going on. Those, I mean, it could be a surprise gift, but the write-ups would be the best part on the back of each one. You know,
Oh,
so
yeah.
completely split their leg open, bled all over the place. This person hit a paltry 500, which is lame for wiffle or something. You know. All right,
my
let's go. Let's go a little bit quicker on this next one. What was everyone's biggest steal of the year? It's like, what was the card and like, for instance, like, oh, these normally sell for 200, I got it for 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
My biggest steal, I think I talked about on the last episode, and unfortunately I haven't had a bigger steal than this one, is the 98 Platinum Medallion Pizzazz. It got listed for like a auction with a buy it now option, and no one had bid on it yet. So I sent in a very low offer, expecting a counter. I was more just curious, like, what are they wanting for it? Not or expecting an auto decline, honestly. And it goes through, and then without even a counter, it just got accepted. And I was like, oh, okay. So then it was like the week of there's no way this ships, and then it ships. And I was like, there's no way if the box shows up, there's no way there's anything in this box except a picture of a middle finger or something. Like there's no way this card is in this box. And it was.
And wasn't it packaged like incredibly well, like a nice box?
Yeah, it was like $1 shipping, and it showed up in like a box with like padding and everything.
Dang.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that fella deserves
I
a
don't know.
major shout out. I hope you gave him 5 stars and gave him a nice ride.
Oh yeah, a glowing review. I maxed out the character limit. Yeah.
That's right.
That's good.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, especially because you got that when prices, I mean, the 90s prices have kind of come down back to earth, but they were pretty darn high when you got that still. So.
Oh yeah, this was like pre-pandemic. Like this would have been a deal pre-pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole ordeal, I still can't believe it showed up. Not only it showed up at all, but like came in one piece and was in a box and everything.
You won't hear any complaints from me.
That's awesome, dude. Sweet. Yeah, I remember you shared that on the podcast, I think, last time you were on. It was pretty sweet. Well, too bad you can't share your pickup from years ago, Tyler, because that would still be the greatest steal of all time.
Yeah. Well, this one's pretty good too. So it's the 99 Topps Chrome home run record refractor. So obviously number 70. So he had one for each home run. And 70 always sells for the most. And the refractors normally go for like, I've seen them go for over $100. And number 70, I bet would probably go, I don't know, maybe closer to 200. I've never seen one go on auction or anything. And this got listed for $5. Buy it now.
It was labeled correctly and everything.
At first it was labeled. It was labeled something weird, but I could see what the picture was. That it was, this card. And so I like hit buy it now instantly, obviously, and then the title changed a little bit. I think it might have just said Topps Chrome 70 or something. And it shipped and got here, and yeah,
that's awesome.
$5.
Man, that's incredible.
Wow.
I bet you never even thought that you'd get that card because it does seem a little crazy to spend that much, like $200 to get it.
Yeah, I figured I would never have. I think I have a couple base Chrome, but even like the base Chrome go for 20, 30 or more dollars, and I don't want to spend that on just a.
Right.
I have the paper version of all of them.
Right.
But so I definitely never thought I was going to get a refractor.
Sick, dude. That's so cool. That was really nice. I didn't even know about that one. That's sweet. And those were they part of the base set, or were they an insert set separate from the?
Yeah, they're part of the base set.
Right. I can't remember if they were short printed at all, or if it was just.
Yeah, they're short printed. So it's
Okay.
number 220, but every single home run. It's not going to focus.
Okay, so they have There's the base set, and then there's 70 McGuire cards in there as well.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just like
Wow.
there's 66 Sosas also. But like what it says, Baseball Cardpedia says to complete the base set, you just need one of them.
Oh, I would think
Dude.
if I was really doing it, if we all were doing that set, we'd have to have them all. Like, there's no way to
Oh,
not, you know.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah. Awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's like
Awesome
that
work.
crazy Barry Bonds home run set. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
That would be a lifelong ordeal. There's no way you get
Yeah.
that done quick.
What was the
Tyler-
set A-Rod was in like 07 or 08? If Jeremy's in the chat, he'll tell me.
Road to
Like-
500.
It was like 500 something A-Rods. It was like top Sterling, I think. Because
You
they were
got
all
to
like
get
out
in
of
all of
10.
them. They were everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
remember
some of
Jeremy
them were
trying to
short
put that
printed,
together.
right? More than others. Correct. It was weird. Weird stuff, man. And then there were one-on-one autograph versions too, which were ugly because they had the the silver sticker like slapped right on there.
Oh,
I did want to find that. You guys know which one. The one, A-Rod's home run against the Angels, my very first baseball game. I'm like, that would have been the auto to have.
Oh, that would have been cool.
One-on-one.
yeah.
But I asked the guy that was listing a bunch. He said, no, I've never seen it. So that search is done now. Would have been cool. All right.
it's up,
Good luck.
it's up to you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, Ryan. Topping that. That might be the greatest. deal.
Yeah. That's
of the year.
not going to happen. So it's not difficult to find a good deal on a Javi Lopez card, but as prices kind of went up, everybody went up proportionally, and his stuff is definitely, a few things have gone up because of a few rare cards that you haven't seen have started to surface, and they've been graded to PSA, a couple PSA 10s, and this was a card that I just didn't think would ever show up. And I think a lot of us feel that way about a lot of cards that we end up getting over time. But as Tyler was talking about, finding that kind of a steal, I don't know the seller. Like sometimes you get these sellers who are like, maybe like salvage stores or whatever. And so because I do that. If I see like a weird listing, I will kind of dig into what kind of cards they have on their page.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's like a bunch of dead-eyed baby dolls and some other things that are weird. So you're like, okay, so I'm going to really dig through all of their listings. But I was able to pick up the 98 Bowman's Best Atomic.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
Great picture too.
Yeah, I love the shot of him. Just kind of, it's like he was set up to pose for this picture the entire time.
Right.
Get it to focus right. Anyway, but this was it was an auction, and I was like, "There's no way I'm going to get this card for the price that I think I can get it for," and it ended up being like $24 plus shipping. So, and there's one listed now that's a PSA 10 that's been on eBay for $200, bucks. So, I felt like I got the better end of the deal because it was one of those where I'm gonna have to wait for it to come along. And there's a couple of cards like that of his that I just don't want to. I'm not going to break the bank just to kind of fill a gap in a collection. Particularly now that I've finally reached a milestone that I wanted to reach collecting him. It's going to be very particular about what I'm going to add to that PC moving forward. But that was I got another one that was probably a better steal, but it fit another category. So.
Right.
And what was your
Collecting
milestone for the Javi PC?
Say it again.
What was your milestone that you were wanting to hit?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get to 1,000 unique cards. So did that last week. I wanted to get before the end of the year. I wanted it to all be in Braves uniform stuff, but it was just I'm down to from 93 to 2003, which is completely he's in all Braves, and 04 he's got some stuff that he's in the Braves and Orioles, but I'm down to like 162 cards in that time frame that I've got to still looking for, and most of them are 1-of-1s or starting 9s or 24Ks or things like that, or really low number Pacific cards that just occasionally show up. But this card, I'm going to kind of throw this one showed up today as well, and this is the refractor. It's kind of hard to pick this up, the refractor piece of this, but I've bought this card 3 times. The first time it never shipped. Like they said, they were out of stock. The second time I bought one on ComC and it came and it wasn't the refractor.
Oh.
So I didn't want to do that again. I just didn't want to try it. So finally, there was a couple listed for like $40 because I don't know if it's because Jorge Posada's on there or what, but this was like to me the 1,000 card. Even though I'd got a couple other cards in the Orioles, this kind of was a Braves card that came in that I'd been wanting. So somebody listed it for like $10 last week.
Nice.
So jumped on it.
Sick, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
curious, what are the Orioles cards that you buy? Are they like a certain autograph that you like, or is it just the price is right? Or
Yeah, it's a combination of that. It's whether it's the price, the look of the card. If it's one that's a sought after card, I might jump on it. Or if it's just something that's super cheap and I like the look of it, there's not a real rhyme or reason or pattern to it. Like the 04, he's in 04 Ultra, I think, in both the Braves and Orioles, and the Orioles Platinum showed up the other day. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, why not? So I bought
Yeah,
it because I've
that's
got
a
the
good
run
one.
of those. So went ahead and grabbed it. So hopefully it'll be here at the beginning of the week.
sweet.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's kind of pick or choose. I've got a couple of autographs in his Orioles stuff.
A little bit more choosy with those, it sounds like, which I get that for sure.
Yeah.
This is a perfect segue into our next category because I'm sure you guys have watched or had a chance to find out that Greg was able to find the card that didn't exist thanks to Alex here.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty impressive to hear the backstory on that card. Those collector's choice, prime choice reserves are tough for any player collector.
Yeah.
So it was nice that Alex helped him out. So what is everyone's best community assist card this year?
This was the hardest question of the 10 that you sent us. I've got 3, so I'll be quick because obviously our group is very large and I feel like we all kind of know each other and we're all looking out for each other. So I'll go and I'll do them in the order in which I received them, so as not to show bias. So in February, Andy Burkett, one of the other Ripken collectors, who has sold off twice now, and I think for now, I think he's good now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's about to do it again to start the new year.
I think he's still buying, but he's been like Tyler, where it's like it's got to be the right one.
Right.
So he sold off for the second time in February, and one day he was just like, "Hey, I'm mailing you some stuff. It's just some little stuff." I was like, "Oh, cool, thanks, dude." And this box, I don't have it. I still don't have it, but I mean, it was like a briefcase, completely wrapped in painter's tape. It was just a completely blue box, and I open it up, and it is full of weird oddball stuff. And some really cool stuff too. Let's see. So this was one that was in there that I can't believe he didn't include selling off. This is the 98 Zenith Gold Impulse 100 5x7s. You can talk about a card that never shows up.
Yeah, that's tough.
This is one that is so hard to find. And then a couple of cards that have become favorites in my collection. If I could find something to fit them in, because they do not fit in any top loader. They do not make a magnetic for these. So this is an uncut Fleer Brilliance Shining Stars Pulsar sheet, Maddox, Frank Thomas, and Ripken. And then this one is the Triumvirate set from Stadium Club, uncut.
Yeah, that one's so cool.
Yeah.
That is sick.
Palmero, Ripken, and Brady Anderson.
I love that Ripken's right in the middle.
Yeah. So those were from Andy. And in addition to like so much more stuff in that box, one of them was like an autographed needlepoint, like cross stitch thing from the All-Star game at Three Rivers in '93. That like someone's grandma made, and then they had Cal Ripken sign it in his frame. He sent that to me.
That's not hanging up in the living room, huh?
Are you sure Andy didn't knit it?
He might have. And then later in the year, I had the opportunity from Barry Brewer, another one of the big Ripken collectors, who also is obsessed with collector's choice like I am. And he sold me the entire run of jumbo parallels that are so hard to find. These are 99 and 2000 Crown Royal And the most common one of these is out of 35. So they go from 35 down to 10 for both years. And I only have a record of like maybe 5 different sales since like 2019. So it would take like a lifetime to put those together. And we were able to work out a deal to get those.
Man.
Super happy about that. And then my latest one is courtesy of Tanner Jones, who was able to take some jersey scraps that I got from Mike Kramer
Oh, sick.
that was used in the Invincible Game Gear set. There was a button in there, and I sent it to Tanner, and I basically just told him, what if Invincible made a button 1-of-1 parallel that year? And this is what he came up with, and I feel like he freaking nailed it, and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
It looked really
Yeah.
good, man. Mike would be
So-
proud of that. Have you
Yeah.
shown Mike that card, by the way?
I did. I emailed it to him.
Good.
So I did the write-up for the back, and my wife and I have been taking Spanish since the pandemic started, and so I wrote it in English and Spanish. Sent it to my Spanish teacher to make sure it was good. She gave me the thumbs up, so that was cool.
Did she
So those are
ask
my
about
big-
the card too? She must have asked about it, right? Like,
Oh, she doesn't care. Baseball doesn't exist in Chile.
oh, okay.
But those are my 3 community picks. And I've bought cards. Half the cards I'm about to show came from the 90s group or the one of the Ripken groups or somebody just randomly seeing something and reaching out. So thank you to everybody that's reached out to me over the last year and in years past. It's been awesome.
Tough to pick one for this year
Oh
specifically.
my gosh.
Because so many of us, there was so much listed. A lot of us had time at home, whether we were sick or doing whatever, having children at home or anything in between. So it's a lot of time spent looking for stuff. So I get it for sure. Same problem for you, Tyler, as far as like trying to decide what to do for this one.
Yeah. So I guess the cards that I have set out, you went to the National this year, right? Well,
No, not this year. I'm going this coming year.
Oh man. All right. Well, so this is last year's then. I thought for sure that you went this year and you helped me out. Anyways, it was
Yeah.
when Will
yeah.
when Will last went to the National, he found these 2 cards for me. So this is what the 99 Challengers for 70. This is the parallel out of 70. And then the Techno reciprocal out of 100 from
Oh yeah. Those are cool.
Ionics.
Were they in like dollar bins or something, Will, or were they in cases, or do you remember?
They were in topplers. They were, more than $1, but not
Reasonable.
No, they weren't.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. They were $1 each.
yeah, $1.50.
Right.
But so that was this year's biggest community help.
To be fair, Tyler did just pull these cards out within the last hour or so.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't think I was gonna have any time, but
Well, hopefully, with all as many people, I know Ryan's trying to get there. Will's gonna be there. I'll be there. Greg, Alan, Jeremy, Will's brother and father will both be there. There's gonna be a lot of people there. So hopefully, somebody finds something for someone. Because if we don't, y'all suck. With that many eyeballs in there, right? But no, for real,
Exactly.
it's going to be cool to see who can find something for someone else, because I feel like that's half the fun,
I'll be there in spirit.
Well, I'll do FaceTime and we'll just walk around with you on camera, or do the chest mount,
Yeah.
Got a
GoPro on
chest
the
mount.
chest, yeah.
I'll probably be there in spirit too, because I'll probably be murdered if I tell my wife I'm going to that.
Okay, so one GoPro on this side for Tyler. How about yourself, Ryan? Did you have some community assists on? some of your
Yeah,
cards
and
for sure?
There's a good chance I probably forgot something. I spend so much time going back through my eBay purchases or ComC stuff, and sometimes I forget because I don't pick as many things up from the community because it's not like everybody's just hoarding Javi Lopez cards. So
And that we know of. That we
right,
know of.
but there's a lot of guys in groups that have collected 90s for such a long time, and if they're building sets or if they're chasing certain parallels and he's in it, then sometimes that shows up. And I can't remember Richard's last name, but this was last year, but I was able to get the Super Rave from Richard, the 98 Super Rave. So that was a huge one. This year, I don't have the card on me, but 2001 Donruss season stat line, which was his home run stat, which was out of 24, and it's got a hollow foil, and that is in part of my top 20
Dang.
on Southern Card Collector. My YouTube channel, I'm working on that, but that's a gorgeous card, and but I don't have it. But the one that just stood out, because this set might be one of my favorite sets that he's in, and it's 2001 Upper Deck Gold Glove, and it's the leather bound. So Kevin Conley, back in June, he had been collecting this set for a very long time. He decided I'm going to sell it now. It's time to kind of break up the set. And as soon as I noticed it, I messaged him immediately. I was like, I'm looking for Lopez. And he's like, yeah, man, I've got you. What do you need, an autograph? I'm like, no, I'm looking for just the leather bound. And he said, well, I've got the gold to 25. So
That's such a
Awesome
gorgeous
swatch too. With
I just
right in the middle.
love it. Yeah. And this is something that, man, I wish Topps or, Fanatics would jump back on something like this. Like, I haven't seen any glove related cards, at least I haven't paid attention. I've seen some crazy stuff in like Immaculate or whatever.
Yeah.
But this card it's just a great design. You got two different photos in it. You've got great layout, and just kind of yells, early 2000s. And it's like someone using some kind of new computer program for the first time, laying things out, but it's just well done. The colors are great, and this is the gold parallel. So the other leather bound, which is, I guess it's like a silver lettering, that card it's not numbered, but they're out of 100. There's 100 print run in those.
Awesome. Yeah, those are beautiful. I think the first time I saw one, Ray Gerke had posted an Ichiro, and it was just like, whoa, what is this? And then you see Frank and all these other guys in the set. And Ryan, when you picked that up, I immediately thought of that first one I'd seen. And it was definitely a set that catches your eye as soon as you see it. Can you guys hear Ryan? I don't know if all right, maybe he'll come back. But yeah, those were fun.
I'm here. Yeah, it was.
It's like an Asian dubbed film or something, like his mouth goes like this, and then like, how are you guys?
Yeah.
That's all right. It'll come back.
Did you just boot me?
No, you're good now. Got to give a shout out to Ryan for the Jefferson Elite Series out of 18 Secret Santa. I haven't shown that off on the podcast yet. I swear I got it from the mailbox. I came in, shut the door, and on my speakers I hear, there goes the pass, Jefferson touchdown, as I'm opening it. It was crazy. It was perfect timing. So yeah, thanks again for that, dude.
That's awesome. I just got mine from you in the mail today. So
yeah, I know. Not the same though. He didn't score a touchdown when you open yours, unfortunately. I wish that would have happened. That would have been sick.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Stiff arm somebody.
Yeah, right. Run somebody over, break their arm. He's a beast. This will be a fun category. Don't know if we need to talk too much about it, but what was your most expensive purchase of the year? Hopefully nobody's wives are watching this episode.
No, Kelly just went upstairs, so she's not here.
Will, did you tell your wife you're going live right now? Because
I'm on the opposite end on the different floor. I'm as geographically far from my wife as I can be right now.
Why don't we use values like divided by 100? Like really get them down. Bring the decimal.
That probably won't help me really.
But this is always a fun one because I think we all have those opportunities to buy these really big cards, and we wrestle with like, okay, what is too much money? And every now and then a card comes up, and you're like, I have to, So I'm wondering how that went for you guys. Will, what about you? What was the big one of the year?
My big one was the 98 Donruss signature gold preview. The Ripken is out of 22. So it's one of the rarer ones from the set. And it's freaking awesome. There's one listed on eBay right now. I don't know why they're not numbered. None of them are numbered. But there's one listed on eBay right now, and it's very sad. The signature is so faded, and it's turned from blue to black, and it's almost gray at this point. And it's So in my mind, it might as well be a print run of 21 at this point.
Mhm.
But yeah, I had an opportunity from another Ripken collector who was looking to move it for some Christmas money. I guess he was buying all of his extended family PS5s. I don't know, but I was happy to help him.
Dang, awesome. Yeah, well, that's a pretty significant card for the collection. Though I don't know if you're gonna be able to top that this year. Man.
Yeah, and Domino's Signature is one of those sets that, like, for me, that is like the perfect 97 and 98, like the perfect autograph sets.
Mhm.
And so it's like that's the crown jewel of all of them. So
Right.
when's the next time one's going to come up that I don't have to bid against anybody for or pay an arm and a leg on top of it? So this was like everything came together. I was able to work out a deal, and it was like it was meant to be.
Sick, dude. That's awesome. I don't think Mark has one of those. Does Javi have that as well? Does he have a gold?
I think he. No, when Will showed it to us, I think I immediately went to
Yeah.
Baseball Cardpedia to check. Or I asked you. I think you said. I think you. No, what it was. I said, I wonder if Javi has one, and Will sent me the link to Baseball Cardpedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I wasn't trying to be a dick about it.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was perfect because I was like, that's what we would do to anybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I think he does. I don't remember. It was really late at night when I checked, but I have to go back.
Well, just it's always good to have goals of maybe trying to track that or
Yeah.
have that be like the ultimate Javi edition whenever that day comes.
Now is there an unsigned preview?
An unsigned preview.
But
Probably.
I think I've seen one of those listed like back when who we don't name on the podcast was on eBay. I think there was one
Oh, yeah.
there.
Didn't a bunch of them surface? I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. When I was still collecting A-Rod, a bunch of them surfaced, right?
I think so. I remember seeing a lot of them.
Yeah, I know the A-Rod showed up, and I was like, well, those are going to be out of my price. I'm sure what's Brandt, I think, bought them. Yeah.
I do have the blue, but I don't have the preview.
What?
I'd love to
Jesus,
find the
yes.
green.
Dude, break that thing out of there. Are you kidding me?
I mean, at this point, what am I going to do with it? You know,
Put it in a crispy one touch, Will. What else? That is
Y'all
pretty
don't-
sick, though.
what do y'all know? Y'all don't have any respect for DCS grading?
I've never seen that ever.
I
It's
have
an
great
A.
respect.
I mean, I got an A, so maybe don't break an A out. I get it. If it was an A plus, oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I don't know why, Tyler, but I'm always going to associate that your most expensive card, at the time it was, me sitting over here. I think I was racing on my sim. It was like 11 o'clock of my time. And you being like, should I buy this? Yeah, of course. Great. And you getting it and getting in trouble and saying you're going to Disneyland and all these other crazy things happen around that time.
The Disneyland was a different card.
Yeah, I know. But it's like all those things are kind of mashed up. They all are one memory. But what card did you pull the trigger on this year? That was pretty significant.
Yeah. So this is a little two-parter. So before this year, I had never had a Crusade. So I was able to pick up the green, which that was not the most expensive one, but it's beautiful.
Real great looking card, man.
But I was able to get the purple.
Dang.
And this
Wow.
is I mean, obviously everybody wants the red, but I mean, I really wanted the purple. I thought just like there's not too many purple cards. I know Pacific did a lot, but it's even got I left that on there.
Of course you did.
But yeah, it's covered, but it's out of 100.
That picture on the front is so nice, Tyler, because I remember Mark, he would do he wouldn't drop it, but he kind of like toss it and it would like bounce off the field when he hit one and you knew it was gone. That's sick.
This one was it was a kind of a weighted out game on eBay. It had been listed, they put it on auction for a ridiculous price, and the starting bid was a crazy price, and nobody bid on it. So then they'd relist it for like 100 or 150 less, and nobody bid. And I just waited it out long enough until I got to the point where I was like, all right, this is not horrible. So,
Right.
and I was only better.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to get that. Maybe your red will happen one day. That would be the dream, but you'd have to sell a lot of diapers and all that other stuff
I think
behind you.
I'd have to sell all these cards sitting in front of me.
Yeah.
One of the kids would have to go.
Or the wife.
Yeah. I mean, whichever one's worth more.
She might go either way. Yeah.
Cards.
Yeah, at that
Yeah.
point, yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I know before we get to Ryan, Jeremy, wouldn't that be his biggest addition of the year? Didn't he get the red
Yeah.
this year?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet on his part. I know that was his like dream card for years. So sadly, that one dude who had it kept in his drawer of socks or whatever it was never got back to him. But I'm glad he got one. But we got to put Tyler last, Ryan, because you're having to follow up Mark McGuire cards. I've never really thought of that.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's all right though. So, what was the grading company for your Ripken review again?
The Dallas Card Show.
The Dallas. Hey, Dallas Card Show is pretty legit now.
That'd be hilarious if Ryan lifts his card.
I mean,
up.
I don't know if it compares to the American Grading Company.
I've got one from them.
But I'm not cracking this baby because the other two they're actually PSA graded. But I'm still like one of those people that's afraid to send my cards in because I think they're gonna get lost or something, even though that never happens. But I'll stick with off-brand grading and Donruss stealth inserts for my most expensive pickup of the year. And it is the American Grading Company's 1997. You see that, guys?
Oh boy, sample.
Sample.
That's sick though. Oof.
So I was able to find a red, but it wasn't the pack issue because Hobby was in packs. But it is the red executive proof.
That's sick, dude.
And the card was listed. I immediately just was like, okay, what am I going to do here? It was listed for about what two other reds that I had seen in the past were listed for. But it was the best offer. So I made an offer and it was accepted immediately. And I was stoked because from what I understand, there's thought to be two potentially of each player.
There's no way there's more than two.
I think we had talked to Rodney about it, maybe some other people. So, I mean, one of two versus one of 25.
Right.
Any way you want to slice it.
So then it being graded by the American Grading Company makes it a 101.
It does.
Highest graded copy by American
Oh,
Grading Services.
Yeah, and I'm the only one with a 97. So. And it's funny because I got it when I got it. I was like, oh God, did I just buy a counterfeit card? But then if you look on the back, it does say 97 on a lot of them. So I guess that's why maybe the proofs were made in 97.
Everybody's looking at their cards.
Mine say 97.
So I could see why Billy Bob at AGC, I just could see him in a 3/4 sleeve shirt and and blue jean shorts sealing my card.
I didn't think about that. Some redneck out in the shed. Oh my gosh.
But I probably will eventually send it in, maybe get it slab PSA just so it matches. But the other two are slab, and I didn't want to take it out just because it kind of matched when I put them in the case. What I'll do is I'll just put a fake flip in there.
There you go.
Just open the thing. Have you thought about those sending it into PSA and having them reslab it for you?
Yeah, I have. It's just, and I think that's kind of, if we talk a little bit about what kind of 2023 holds, there's some other things that I want to focus on, except outside of just accumulation.
Right.
But yeah, this was definitely the most expensive card. Not the most expensive card we've seen in the podcast, but for him, this is a grail card for me.
Right.
I think Jeremy was like, hey, you can consider you've got a red, and I do.
Right.
But the completionist side of me still goes, but I don't have the one that has a number in front of the 25.
Does anybody ever get to a point where they go, I think I'm good?
Yeah,
you know,
no.
like the collection. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, you can't. So it's you
Yeah.
got to have something to chase. But I feel like that's when you wouldn't have even put on your want list, thinking that because why would you
Right.
ever have a
Yeah.
chance, right?
Yeah, it
Exactly.
stays in my list of, cards that are still out there that I haven't checked off, but it's not high priority at all. It's never really been because I know where two are at there, and the same guy has them. He's moved platforms 2 or 3 times. They're still sitting there at an exorbitant price. So he might have got those prices 18 months ago, but not now.
Right. Hopefully they'll figure it out eventually.
Well, at least your red matches the red, white, and blue theme of the flip.
Exactly.
The purple
I
and the
thought that
green
was-
doesn't look as good, so at least it looks halfway
Yeah.
decent.
And I mean, it's a beautiful card. The purples are gorgeous, though. I love
yeah.
the look of the purples.
I think those are the best looking out of the three,
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
I've never seen a red, but from seeing Jeremy's, it definitely doesn't
Yeah.
seem as vibrant.
But this
Yeah.
this works really well with the Braves, and he's got his red,
Yeah.
his catching gear on. So it's gorgeous. And I love that image of him just kind of following through, throwing the ball back to the
Mhm.
pitcher.
That's awesome. Well, we are coming up on an hour, so if we're going to stick to an hour and a half, what we'll have to do, we'll do one more where you guys can kind of explain, and then maybe we can do kind of a rapid next 5. So let's go over your most beautiful purchase of the year. I mean, one thing that we all in the 90s group, I know you guys appreciate this. Me with hockey, even now, is a well-designed card, and we had that bracket, if everybody remembers, where the Mystique. Oh my gosh, I almost said Fab 40, Tyler. Fab, whatever the heck, the established won at the most beautiful looking card over the hot gloves. But what would you say, Will, was your most beautiful purchase of the year?
Gosh. Let me see.
Probably like 30 that everybody could show.
Let's see. I've got one that I picked up recently. And it is what year is this one? 07? 05. 05 Ultimate Collection. Ripken Dale Murphy dual auto. I'm also a Braves fan. And so this one popped up with a very reasonable buy it now, I thought, for it being out of 25 and an early. I'm such a mark for Ultimate Collection that this was just like a instant buy it now, and I'll figure out how to pay for it later. Perfect penmanship. Both guys have great signature. The ink is perfect. It's on card. Like it checked every box for me.
Ultimate Collection is the bee's knees when it comes to on-card autographs. That they are so good. I mean, I don't know if you guys follow Michael Vargas on YouTube, but he's been putting that one Legends dual auto set together. I think he's like 9 away. But just seeing him go through it that one time, I mean, they're so perfect in every way. So awesome card, Will. I remember when you picked that one up. What about you, Tyler?
So mine is the 2022 pristine run minus the black 101.
Sick,
But
dude.
they got the red out of 5, the pink out of 15, and the orange, gold, blue, and then the base. But they
What's
are
the
just
best looking one, Tyler. Which one
What's
do you
that?
like the best?
the pink's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Pink and the gold. I mean the red with the color match, the Cardinals is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Camera doesn't pick it up too great, but yeah, I mean it's just pristine. I mean we had that episode about it.
Yeah. It was a fun set. I thought it
Yeah.
was awesome. It was something new, finally.
Yeah.
I remember you showing the black 101. You have the auto version. I have the non-auto black. Oh yeah, right. Whoops. Right. I wasn't sure if you're going to show it or not, but no. I mean, like some of the colors looked really good. I wonder if they're going to change like the way that the shine works on it to get them to be more vibrant.
Yeah.
I would like to see them do it again.
A different pattern would be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Like a kaboom, even if they use that weird firework thing in the back of those.
Yeah.
Definitely pop no matter the color, because I remember getting the blue and I was like, I think even Tyler got the blue first. It's like,
the blue was the first one I got, and I was like, oh man, maybe this set isn't as great as I thought it was.
Yeah. But then the pink in person, I think that's the best looking card of all of them.
Yeah.
so vibrant, and the base too. They both look.
Oh
really
yeah.
good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Did Kyle have any cards in there, Will? I imagine he did, right?
And Pristine, yeah,
Yeah.
he's in this year's set.
Were you tempted to grab one here or there? Or nah, didn't go there. Huh?
Modern Ripken stuff just doesn't do it for me. I'd much rather go after like an Acuna or a current Braves player if I was to buy
Okay.
something
So you
modern.
do dabble in modern, just not with Cal. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm gonna change the ball to a different shape for this one. So you kind of got me going on the whole football trail again. I've been collecting football already, but this was
Yeah.
a different way of looking at things, especially with the case hits. I thought that was a great way to collect some really nice cards without just getting in a deep end and having so many cards. So it goes well with my set. So been Derrick Henry. Love Derrick Henry. Just was an incredible player in high school, and then when he was at Alabama, and of course in the NFL. So I've always wanted a downtown, so I decided to go with the optic.
Sick.
So
I love the Spartan in the background.
yeah,
too.
it's got
Cool.
it's got an awesome design for the downtown. I mean, and then it's got the you can see there that they use this pattern a lot in a lot of different optic sets.
What is the Spartan connection?
I guess I don't know. Maybe
Titans, I guess.
yeah.
I was thinking about Nashville. And I was like, what does Spartans have to do with country music?
Yeah. So it's just the kind of the connection with the mascot. Now they do have one like last year's was like it was like Music City, so it had a lot of country music theme to it. But this one just the caricatures, the cartoons in the back are really awesome, and I don't know how well that's picking up him, but
That's sick, though, dude.
this is just this card just really pops when the light hits it right.
Yeah, I love the
There we go.
foil.
Kind of see it better back here.
The 2000 Kramer's Choice foil.
Yeah,
It's a good comparison.
but it's a banger, as they say.
Oh, jeez.
Snaps. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a chain so I can wear it to when I go to the National, because I'm gonna sneak out and I'm gonna
Just get a
hitchhike.
picture printed with it on there, like a huge picture of it, and put banger above it.
I need
Done
to.
deal.
I just got to get an entourage to show up with me.
Oh, we'll show up. Will have his fanny pack. I'm sure I can bring like a game used flurry something and just sling it over my shoulder. I don't know.
It
Well,
won't be an
I'll-
intimidating entrage, but you will have an entourage.
Awesome.
We're all call, so we got that going for us.
I'll be on camera on your chest there.
Yes.
I could test the waters at the show that's in Atlanta in February. I'll see how it goes.
Dang, that's sick, dude. It's really tough with those kabooms and those downtowns because they command a very high price, but there's more of those than all the other case hits that are great, that are half the price or less. So I've wanted to dip my toes in there, but again, it's like almost like having a pair of Jordans. You know what I mean? Like they're not nicer really, but they're nice. But then you got to pay 3 times more. So Henry, I looked at his prices obviously, and they're a lot more. I wish Jefferson's were there.
Yeah, they're definitely not near as high as his or the quarterback. So it's a good little market to slide in. I like to find those. I'm pretty good at finding those mid-tier markets of good players that or I can collect and be happy, but not have to just completely break the bank every time I want to get a card. So
Right. Well, I mean, it's definitely changed a bit too. You know what I mean? Like obviously Cal and McGuire are not mid-tier, but A-Rod kind of was at first, and then he moved up, and then Glass now is a nice place to be in because it balances out with Jefferson and Fleury.
yeah.
Like way up there.
Yeah. When I was collecting Freeman, he kind of made that jump a little bit, but
just a tad. Yeah. Jeez. Okay, so let's do this so we can get through all these. I'll say the category if everybody wants to get their card in their hand, and we'll just go each person. We'll go a little bit quicker here.
Yeah.
All right, an inexpensive but significant addition to your collection. So go ahead and grab those, and then we'll. And this is fun because obviously this is great for any player collecting, because like Ryan or Tyler's, like that one that you just showed, the 71 could have been in there
Yeah.
too, because it technically was inexpensive. But
Yeah.
Tyler, you got one? You want to go first here?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I'm calling shenanigans.
yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
No.
No
This is for real. So there was a McGuire. I'll make it quick. A McGuire collector was selling out, and him and I came to a deal on some stuff, and he had some dynasties, and I was like, oh man, I really like dynasty. I've never gotten one, and I just had my daughter was a few months older. Can't remember how old. Anyways, he was like, well, since you're getting all these, I'll just throw this in and consider it her first baseball card. So
Sweet.
that was awesome.
Wow.
So
That
I
is
got
incredible.
I got the package in, and I had her like sitting down somewhere, and I set the card right there with her and took a picture and sent it to him.
Sick.
That is
Dang.
awesome.
Well, there goes your your shenanigans call, Will. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, okay, this better be like really
Yeah.
cheap, because
It was.
yeah, okay, sweet, dude. That's pretty good. How about you, Will?
Let me think. I realized that I showed the cards from Andy during the community part, and I meant to save that for this part. So all the free stuff Andy sent me,
All right.
I'll save us some time because we've already
Yeah,
seen
there
it.
you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andy hooked a brother up big time.
I want to know where that knitted signed thing that's framed is at. Is
Oh,
it
I'll go grab it. I know it's right over here.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I'd like to
Go
see
ahead,
that
Ryan.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, what about you, dude?
I'll just go quick, and is it $20 shipped?
Nice.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I want one so bad.
So $20 shipped, and it did not take me near as long as it took Greg.
And it
Sorry,
wasn't held on to by a former pitcher for the Angels.
Exactly.
Mackerel, man.
Exactly. Yeah, it came 4th of July. We were outside, walked in, sat down to eat barbecue, opened eBay. There it was, and I'd left my barbecue, ran out to the front. Buy it now. I mean, this wasn't even an auction. It was $12.99 plus shipping. Buy it now. I was like,
That's
done deal.
Yeah. Yeah, basically the Jeremy button, right? That's what
Yeah.
I'm picturing right now. Insta buy. Awesome. Glad you were able to cross that off again. That's like every player collector is
Yeah.
like gotta have it from the 90s. Tyler, you gotta get one this year.
I know.
Make it happen.
It was on my top 10 for this year, past year, 2022. But
All right, it's gonna happen. Hopefully we can find that
It
for
was
you.
number
What
3
about
on my list. So
3?
yeah.
Tyler's at number 1 now.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
All right, there we go. Well, let's see this thing. That's actually pretty cool,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah,
Why
that's
does it
cooler
exist?
than I was expecting.
Why does this exist?
Yeah.
It's just like a patch sewn on, and then like the date is embroidered. I mean, it's got a cool early Cal Ripken signature. So,
Yeah.
and it looks great, and it's framed really nice. So, okay.
Dang, that's sick, dude. Yeah, well, you don't want to get it faded either, but you got to have it hanging up somewhere one day. If you ever get like a man cave where you have like a big walk-in closet, you can just put it right up in there.
It's in the card closet, so it's out of the light most of the time.
There you
Nice.
go.
All right, let's see everybody's favorite. Now, again, I wrote this one mostly because of the hockey guys. You know, we're into patches big time. But what was your best patch purchase this year?
This was one of the ones I didn't take out of the perfect fit sleeve because I didn't think I'd be able to get it back in. This is 2003 SPX
Oof.
combos, Ripken and A-Rod.
Who's
normally-
the guy on the right? I don't know. Who is that?
Do what?
I don't know
Oh,
who
the
the guy on the
bottom guy?
right is, but the guy on the left is, man, he's a great player.
So these are normally just like the A-Rod side, just like a normal, it's multicolors, but it's never anything crazy, just like stripes. But this one has like an entire bird wing on it.
Wow.
And you know, I've seen a dozen of these sell, and this was the most unique looking one I've ever seen. So that was like, that was another one where it was like, I'll just figure out how to pay for this later.
Yeah.
Did I overpay for it? Maybe, but is it essentially a 1-on-1 with that patch? As far as I'm concerned, yes, until I see another one.
And how would they list that, Tyler? eBay
Invest.
101. Oh, hashtag
eBay 101.
I'm gonna eBay 101. It's been too long, Tyler. I got to get back into the swing
Yeah.
of things, man. That's. I remember when you got that, dude. That patch is nasty. How about you, dude?
Yeah. So I got from tier 1 the
Ooh,
prodigious patches, which is
Jeez.
a pretty big set every year in tier 1. This is McGuire's only version of it, and it's out of 10. So he only has 10 of these. He's never been in another product with this patch. So
sick.
it's really, really nice.
Wow.
Super thick too.
Where
That's
is that
cool.
from on the jersey? Oh, the C from Athletics, right?
I thought it was the 2 or the 5.
It's hard to tell. I wish it was a
Oh,
Cardinals
like-
one, but
The top of the 2 or the bottom of the 5 was my guess.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because the C wouldn't be so squared off like that, would it? I
Right.
don't know.
Be more
Huh.
scripty.
That's sick, dude. That's a great
awesome.
patch.
Yeah.
That is so nice. Yeah, especially because he doesn't get in that stuff very often. So
right.
that's
Yeah,
that's
it's a pretty small set each year. I think there's only might only be like 20 players in it each year or so.
okay.
No.
Cool. Must have got a jersey from somewhere.
Yeah.
That's not Dick's Sporting Goods. All right, Ryan.
Well, they got these at Champion Sporting Goods, and so this is the 04 Classic Clippings
Dang.
All-Star lineup. Sheffield, Jones, and Javi Lopez patches to
Gracious.
25. It's got a little tomahawk action in the middle with Andrew there.
Jeez.
So this card is. I didn't think this card would ever show up. I think there's an Albert Pujols one that's like $10 million on eBay.
Sounds
So,
all right.
But this thing is bulgy, thick. I was worried if it was one of the kind of the, we see so many fakes and
Mhm.
patches and
Mhm.
stuff. But I did some research, talked to some people, looked at the ones, looked at the Pujols one that was graded, and it's just a really thick patch on this thing. They could have made this card a lot thicker, but this thing's nasty. I love it.
Yeah, that thing is absolutely disgusting.
That came out of the display case, didn't it? I was thinking. It
Yeah.
Was behind, yeah.
Well, no, it's about to go in. It's been a refractor case for a while, so it's time to rotate into some new stuff. So the game used stuff will go in.
Awesome, dude. Sick. That was a great patches. Unbelievable patches. Now this is kind of tricky, I know, because some cards cross over. But what was everybody's favorite autograph that they picked up this year? Besides what's already been shown, because Tyler could have definitely used that last one. Will, you could have done the duel.
Yeah.
What about?
Yeah.
So what one did you go with, Will?
So this one is the 2004 SP
Ooh,
auto patch out of 10. This
Jeez.
is the horizontal version. There's also a vertical one out of 10 that was listed at the exact same time as this one, unfortunately. So I couldn't swing both. But this one was buy it now with an offer, and the other one was an auction. And I ended up getting this one before the other auction ended for cheaper than the auction ended at. So
Nice.
I got the better deal.
yeah.
That's
I think
was
the better
happy with
design too. They do look a lot better horizontal like that, especially for the auto to get in there and the patches.
Yeah.
So, very nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful card.
Man, I cannot decide, so I'm just going to show 3 real quick. So here you mentioned it earlier. This is it
my
doesn't
bad.
show off very well. That's the black
Great picture.
black
Yeah.
101 from
Agreed.
Pristine.
Oh,
one
that's the
was nice.
101.
Yeah.
On card as well. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there's the 101 up there.
I'm laughing at the sticker, but whatever.
This one's just like just funny.
Oh,
It's so funny to me. That's the pen. The player use pen is what it says.
What the heck?
Even though it got the black pen with blue ink.
Yeah, right. I was saying, okay, hold on. That's
It was
cool.
it was so funny and cool and it was like a pretty good price too. So I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna get another one of these, so I just gotta get this one.
Yeah.
And then this is so I
Wow.
love his early signature.
Whoa, 70 home runs.
Yeah, so this is from 2002. This
I know,
is the
but that inscription, dude. Wow.
this is the first year that he had pack issued autographs, was 2002. And that's what his
Really?
signature used to look like back then. So there's like 3 different versions of this card, and this card is not supposed to have the inscription because it's the ones with the inscription of 70 home runs are supposed to be numbered to, it might be to 70.
Okay.
And this one, had that inscription, and it
Sweet.
had a little up there. Probably my camera probably won't pick it up.
There's a bit of white, but who cares?
There's a little bit of a ding, and it was from Japan. So I got a stupid good price on this.
$5, huh? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow, that might be my favorite card you've shown tonight, Tyler. I don't even remember when you got that. So that's
This year.
yeah. Well, specifically, nice one. I deserve that. All right. Usually you share them in the chat, but that was a sneaky one. That's sick. I love inscriptions. How about you, Ryan?
This is by far my favorite Javi Lopez autograph. It's his 98 SP authentic card, but it's the 2000 buyback, and it was the last one that I needed. I love this card design. It is, I don't know, I like the horizontal. And
I love the SP buybacks. I'm
Yeah,
a sucker for those too.
this card is so hard to capture the foil the way it works, but there we
There
go.
it
But
is.
like so the
Yeah.
player, the player's in the foreground with everything else is blurred and unfoiled in the background. So he's kind of, and there's the auto, but this was out of 26. So
I
it's
bet
got
that looks so nice in person.
yeah, it's a beautiful card. I've always loved this set, and just the design is killer. But the fact I didn't think this one would show up. I never thought that I would finish this set. So he's got 5 autographs and so all of his SP cards. And so this is the lowest numbered one. And it showed up, and that was once again a buy it now. There was no haggling with the seller.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Those are some great cards. That might be the best trio so far. Okay, so this is going to be tricky. Well, not I guess for you guys it won't be tricky, but for the hockey guys it was a bit trickier. Best non-patch, non-auto card of the year.
We have 2 questions left, right? This one and one more.
This one and one more. Yep.
All right. What's the last question going to be again?
No, come on. You should have it in front of you, man. Let's go.
I have it.
right here.
Yeah.
We
Ah,
got to choose.
just roll with it, man. You're good at coming up with stuff on the spot.
So
All
this
right.
is basically our favorite card, right?
That doesn't have an autograph or
Essentially?
patch.
Yeah.
So this one is courtesy of Brad Hodge and the 90s group. This is a 82 Ripken rookie that's horribly off center, but this is the white test version. There are only
Oh wow.
we think there are only 5 copies
Dang.
in existence.
Wow.
Man.
What?
So why are they? Wait, can you explain a little bit more? Well, why would they be front to back like that?
I'm not sure why they did it that way, but that was how I know Fleer also 82 Fleer did the similar thing where there's a test version with the Fleer rookie where it says test copy across his name at the bottom, and then on the back is another player. I'm not sure why they did it that way, other than maybe they just wanted to maximize the number of card fronts to test colors to see, like,
Okay, that makes sense.
we can get every skin tone, every team color, every back color, every possible color we could have. They all look good. Let's run with it. I don't know. But this is the only one I've ever seen. Brad told me he's seen a couple others. And he's been putting together the SPX Radiance set. And he needs the Ripken. So I traded him the Ripken out of 100 plus cash plus Diamond Kings canvas from 97 for this guy.
Okay.
So we both scratched each other's backs to a degree. If you got any SPX Radiance you're looking to sell, talk to Brad Hodge.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome. Wow. And then
Man, yeah, that's
then-
cool. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
that might be the most unique edition of the year for you too. I mean, that's something you'll never see that again, most likely.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself for not buying a Fleer test copy because there's a couple that have been listed.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been expensive, and
Yeah.
now they're even more expensive and unobtainable. So I'm hoping maybe it dips back down and I can finally bite the bullet on one.
Cool, dude. That's an awesome card. How about you, dude?
Yeah. So this was my number 1 card going into the year. Number
Oh,
one on my
sweet.
want list.
Ooh.
Sick.
Did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, the camera obviously doesn't help me, but yeah, it is every bit of what I was hoping it was going to be. So those
Yeah, those
are
are cool.
out of 99. So this was actually, I think this might have been the last purchase I've made. So I've had eBay deleted for like what, almost 2 months now.
Wow.
So I think this was the last purchase.
That's impressive.
That's good.
Yours
Yeah.
looks to be in good shape too. I've seen a lot
Yeah.
of the rip have surface damage or edge chipping
On
or
the back,
there's-
especially, yeah.
brick
Yeah,
impact.
Yeah, there's a little bit of edge stuff, but yeah, I mean it's nice, it's good.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, those are tough. Those are super, super tough. I mean, how often do those show up for each player? Maybe once every other year, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
They're tucked
That
away in
was
most
the
collections.
Yeah.
second one I've seen for sale. The first one was
Okay.
a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Good. Was the price decent too? Wasn't too out of shape at all, or?
Yeah, no, the seller had it listed on auction as a starting bid of like $350 or something, and then of course nobody bid on it,
Yeah.
and he like relisted it for like 200 or best offer, and I sent him an offer and he
Nice.
accepted. And
Sweet.
Sweet.
Heck yeah. Patience does pay off for
Yeah.
sure. You know, even if it's a major card. So awesome. How about yourself?
No camera tricks required for this card. My once a year purchase of Hammer and Hank,
oh,
1957 tops.
Ooh.
Yeah, a very good 3 with a very good player. So this is, if you'll notice, this is a reverse negative image they used, I guess incidentally. So he's not left-handed, and the number's backwards on his jersey. I don't know if you can see that or not. But
Are all the cards like that?
yeah,
Okay.
they're all
All right.
like this. So, but it's a beautiful card, and it was the pinnacle of the set that I started working on, and we'll probably try to do a little bit on in 23. Is the 1957 Milwaukee Braves World Series team set, PSA graded. So
Why is it a 3? It looks the centering looks fantastic.
I was going to ask the
It's-
same thing.
yeah, well, there's a, I don't know if you can see the corner or not, but wrong corner. There's a little bit of corner where it's a little bit darker exposure than some of the other ones. It's not
Oh.
stained, but when I'm looking for Aaron vintage or any vintage, centering is number one because it's just the eye appeal of the card. First thing, corners don't have to be perfect. I honestly I kind of adore a rounded corner a little bit in a vintage card. It just
All right.
something about it, because I'm not so worried about it being super high grade. And when I'm going after vintage stuff, and it's particularly Aaron, I know the price range I want to be in. So I'm looking at those PSA prices based off of what card it is. So I was fortunate to get into some of his early cards, the 55 and the 56. And this is going to be a huge part of what I'm going to try to do next year. So,
Cool, dude. Yeah, I'm surprised it's that low, to be honest. I think we were all thinking that. All right, Ted, the last thing we're going to show is your biggest surprise of the year as far as, I mean, other than Andy sending you a box of free stuff. It's going to be hard to top that. But, I mean, whether it's, I don't know if you guys thought like, I can't believe this got listed on eBay, or somebody hit you up and was like, you're not going to believe what such and such has. What did you come up with for this?
So for me, this was a surprise for me because I was surprised no one else saw this. This was just a
Okay.
pure, I think it was a 10-day auction, 10-day auction. I was in Las Vegas with my wife when the auction was ending, and I straight up went up to the room. We were down gambling, and I just went up to the room and just watched this end because the price was still so low that I was like, there's no way, but I need to watch this.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting this for almost next to nothing as far as what it is. It's a 2000 Upper Deck Legends 101.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, wow.
This thing is
Mhm.
frigging incredible. There's the
Whoa.
actually
Jeez.
stamped 1 of 1.
Because we see a lot of those that are unstamped. You got the legitimate
Yeah.
One-on-one. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it is graded authentic, so whatever. I don't care. You know,
Yeah, you got a crazy
top
deal
one,
on
bro.
that.
Yeah.
You should crack that and send it to American Grading Company.
So yeah, so I'm glad I went up to the room because I was already laying down when the auction ended, and it was like, you have won. And so now every time I've posted it, I get at least one Ripken. Every Ripken guy that I've talked to since then goes, "Where'd you find that?" And I go, "It was just an auction back in August." And they go, "How did I not see that?" I've yet to go see anyone go, "Dang, you outbid me on that." It's like, I don't know. I was the only one that saw it. I don't know.
That's crazy, dude. I vaguely remember that, but yeah, that's
Never thought I'd get a one of one from 90s, early 2000s.
yeah, getting a
Wow.
one-on-one from 2000 to 98 in that range is near impossible. So that's awesome, man. All right,
Yeah.
you getting to follow that up, Tyler?
Yeah.
All right, Tyler.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat again, but only because I have a question on it. See if anybody has an answer. It's not on this one though. So this is the '98 Pinnacle Mint. Yeah, I
Solid
believe
silver.
98. Yeah, the solid silver.
That's awesome.
That was cool. I saw it listed, and I was. You can. I don't know if
Gosh,
right.
those are so cool.
It's right there. It says fine silver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a pretty good price, and I saw it. And I was like, I like went back and forth, and I bought it. It's pretty cool. But this one, I bought. I'm pretty sure it was January of this year. I still like. I don't know if the print runs out of 20, or there's some forums from like, I don't know, around 2009 when it came out, talking about it. But everybody struggled to find their player, so it's a buyback of the 1989 Upper Deck card, but it's got that 20th anniversary stamp, and it's like a nice little foil.
Wow.
And I've never
Mhm.
seen another one other than this. I mean, the back's the same. It didn't do anything there,
Nice.
but I don't know. I just thought it was really cool.
That's
Interesting.
super.
Yeah, I remember
And-
talking about that now.
Yeah,
earlier this year. Yeah.
yeah, and it was like there's no information about it. So if anybody knows anything about it, idea on the print run, or if you've seen any of your player, or anybody has one.
Wow.
Man, that'd be an easy one to just scroll right by and not even notice.
Right, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's thinking the same thing. Well, imagine how many times people have probably gone by those. If you're not
Mhm.
knowing that they exist, why would
Yeah.
you stop? Nobody's going to stop by that picture.
Yeah, and this is probably like
Yeah.
one time too that like the being graded like actually helps it stand out, at least to me. Like,
Right.
I mean, if you don't see the graded case and you just see this, you're like, oh, it's just another 1989 card. But then you see
Yeah.
the label,
Right.
and you're like, oh, wait, what is this?
Gosh, can you imagine trying to find your player and like having to look at that same picture of a base card like a million times before you ever find one? Oh, I would almost take it off the safe search. It would drive me crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to type in just the base card in case somebody threw one up there without knowing what it was. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I don't know how the heck I stopped at that one.
Right.
Because you go through the new searches and you're like, oh, just another 89 Upper Deck base card.
You mean the new search that you're going to be
You,
looking
who
at again?
grade this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. All right, Ryan, finish off our top 10 here.
All right. So this card, this whole circumstance goes back to pre-COVID, like January 2020, before the world ended. And a guy in the group, there was a thread in the group where somebody had listed some cards, and the guy was like, hey, I got a few cards, and he listed this card. And I immediately just messaged him, and I was like, do you want to sell this? And he's like, well, if the other guy passes. So I talked to him. He's like, yeah, I'm not interested. Well, we kind of spent some time just going back and forth. And he's like, I'm really not interested in moving it right now. And I was like, well, why did you even list it? But in the thread. But so I took a screenshot of our messenger message because I was afraid I'd lose it. And I was like, I'm going to just go back occasionally. And so it was months later, I messaged him back and he's like, yeah, I think I still got it. It's probably in box. I'll look for it. Didn't hear anything for another year. And then
No.
one day he messages me and is like, guess what I found? And it still took us like another 6 weeks to finally work something out. So it's the 2000 Stadium Club first day issue refractor.
Ooh,
Heck.
dang, look at
And it needs a little Kurt's card kit action on it, but it's, and I have the front off just because I wanted it to.
Be careful.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just saying.
Yeah,
please don't
yeah,
tilt it too far.
It's still tilted back pretty good, but
All right.
I was just shocked that it finally worked out. Like that's one of those things where persistence pays off, but also backing off a little bit helps too.
and those are out of 25, right?
Yeah. So that's good. So it's kind of
Great.
up here.
Yeah, and
It's
usually
weird. This
you
is a
only-
weird picture. He's holding like baseballs, but it looks like he's wanting to get handcuffed there.
Oh, yeah, it
But
does.
it's right there. It is.
Yeah, and you see a lot of unnumbered ones.
Yeah.
The numbered ones are really hard to come across.
Dang.
So that was a surprise. I never thought that would happen. But it took about 18 months, but I thought
Damn.
Dang, yeah, that
Never
I
did.
should have put number 11, longest deal in history. That would be number 1 on there. Holy smokes.
yeah,
Wow.
So, and I could have probably bought it back then for pennies compared to what
Yeah, but
It
now you
was
don't. Now you got a
worth-
good story. Now your story's
yeah.
way better.
it's worth it. Yeah, it's just
Well,
money.
tell your wives that. See what they say.
Yeah, Kelly, come here. Listen to Ryan.
These cards have outperformed anything in my 401k.
You're not wrong about that. I got my return statement.
I just throw the
It's
statements
insane.
away. I don't even look at them.
Yeah.
Nope.
Uh,
Why would you?
We're far enough from retirement.
yeah. Well, after looking at all those, man, you guys have had a pretty sweet year. I'm glad I got to have you on here to talk about those. I think, especially nowadays, all you guys especially have been real busy, so it's not easy to kind of get these all out there at the same time with stories, especially. Usually everybody just takes pictures of 10 cards. Here they are. Happy New Year, everybody. But I think hearing the how and the why and the grading companies that somehow graded them, all that good stuff is good to hear. So, but yeah, let's get into some goals here. We got about, 10 minutes left, I'd say. I got like 2 or 3 questions I'm going to ask you guys. Just try not to, go off on 50 tangents, but anybody can answer this off the top of their head. What is a major card you'd like to add this year, that realistically add this year? Like what is a card that you think you'll be able to find or would really like to find in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, mine would just be the Prime Tourist Reserve being my number 1, and I mean, I'm not going to be too into cards this year. At least it doesn't seem to be. I don't know, but that card's obtainable.
Yeah.
Does McGuire have 2, or does he just have 1?
Yeah, he's got 2. So yeah, I'd take either one.
Hey, out of 200. So hey, there you go. Got a shot. 2000 Retro Future Refractor.
over the
right?
over the 24 karat. Oh, because 24 carats pretty. Never mind. That's
I know where one of those is at, and I
Yeah.
think one day maybe the guy would sell. We hadn't talked in a while, but that card's been on top of my list. That's
Okay.
been my number 1 card for a long time. I know it's not a high dollar card, but I just
It's-
want that card.
depending on who you're collecting. I was going to say.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen Gary Sheffield's listed, but it's been a safe search forever.
Okay.
But that's definitely one that if it showed up, I would love to pick up. But the big card is the 98 gold from Select. Is that right? I'm trying to remember the ones that were never released.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. He's got one of those. Wow.
yeah. And
Okay.
and it's out there. It's been available. I bought from the guy. Actually, I typically go off of eBay and buy from him off of his website, and he'll give a little bit of a discount. But I didn't want to pay what he wanted. But I think that's a card that I'm going to be pretty selective. I would definitely go get that one.
Awesome. I mean, I don't know if I've shown this before, but you guys know I love the cup. I think this is one of the last ones, and this is the year they won the cup. Tyler, the same mask that he wore when they won the Stanley Cup. So,
Nice.
one of the last ones I have to find that's like reasonable from the cup, and I've never, we've said this, you never see them. This is one of the only ones I've never seen for sale. So hopefully this year, this is the year that it shows up. So I would definitely like to find one.
Is that your number
Um,
one?
Yeah, that's my that's my number one most like reasonable card. I have
Yeah.
like a flawless diamond out of 5 and a triple auto with Juan Brodeur, but I mean the
Yeah.
last one sold for 1,000, so I'm like, yeah, probably not gonna get that. But I put it on there anyway. You got to have some lofty goals, right? Because you never know what's going to fall into your lap. Somebody might send one to me and say, when you do have a kid, this is their first card. So I can at least know that angle. Like I'm going to do someday. Let me see, what kind of goal do you have? Like, do you have any hobby goals in general that you want to achieve this year? And this question is built specifically for one person, but I think we can all answer this. But like, what is a hobby goal that you have for yourself this year that maybe is a little bit different? Tyler, don't buy cards. But yeah, like what comes to mind? What's a goal you have, whether it's baseball cards or something else?
Gosh, my goal right now is to get my PayPal balance down, my PayPal credit balance paid down.
What's
a little
that?
bit. That would be nice.
Yeah, I actually don't know what that is, so you guys are doing well. That's good.
Other than that, yeah, maybe dip my toe in some more vintage. I don't know. I'm never really a goal person. I just kind of take things as they show
Yeah.
up. I'm more of a destiny person.
There you go.
That's good.
Yeah, I last year one of my goals was to get more organized, and I felt like I accomplished that to a degree.
Mhm.
But
That's
I want
always a good
to,
one.
yeah, and it's just one of those deals where I feel like I didn't really get what I wanted to get done, but I want to spend more time just admiring what I have. And that's why I wanted to bring the cases out here. I wanted to get them in more of an open area where I can kind of interchange everything. I got the case that's on the wall here from my wife and kids. So just I want to be able to kind of display stuff a little more, get some acrylic stands for these cases that are here.
Mhm.
But that's something I really want to focus more on that. And I have a pretty massive goal this year. I'm not really sure if I want to divulge it yet because I don't want to be one of those that says I'm going to do something and it not happen because it's got to be things have got to be done the right way. But I'm kind of with Will. I kind of want to get some not that I've got just a ton of stuff out there that's 6 months kind of thing, but there's a few things I want to kind of handle with that. And then I've got a huge goal for at least over the next year to 18 months that I want to try to accomplish. So
Awesome. All right, Tyler. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear this answer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it'd be nice. So, like, to come back to the hobby. I mean, I'm not leaving the hobby, but just to when I re-download eBay eventually,
Right.
I would definitely like to be able to control, my budget a little bit better.
Mhm.
But I'd really like to, sell some stuff that I do have of just whoever. I mean, there's some stuff that I'm never gonna move, like some of my vintage stuff for my grandpa. I would never move, and
Yeah.
there's some other like sentimental stuff. But it'd be nice to be able to what you guys did, what Matt and Ryan, you guys did a really good job at selling off stuff that you had that didn't mean as much to you to buy stuff that did mean a lot to you.
Right.
And I'd love to be able to do that, then use that money as my, McGuire money. So that way, having 2 kids and all that, I'm able to like not have to worry about, oh, well, if I get this, then maybe, shouldn't
Right.
get this for the family or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It's possible. You can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 4 kids, and you just got to find, that figure out your budget, plan accordingly, and focus on what you want. Like I walked into Walmart the other day. I wanted to buy something just to open so bad.
Yeah.
And I looked at like absolute football packs and was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
I don't know if your Walmart's the same way right now, but I have never seen so much product at Walmart. Literally every single baseball card product line is available at Walmart. It's insane.
There's a lot.
I could just you could grab one of each box and probably have 20 boxes. of different stuff.
I've become
Well,
a Pokemon expert in the last 12 months too. So
Right.
that's something I'm looking forward to this rest of next year because my son he loves that. So
Mhm.
it's pretty fun to do that with him.
What's up, Ray? Yeah, I think they hiked the prices of all those boxes up. I know Upper
They did.
Deck retail went from 20 up to like 35, and you get less than you used to when you guys were looking for hockey stuff for me. It's despicable.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna leave it
most
at
of
that.
Top stuff is 25 now, but like Chrome is 35.
Yeah.
I love
So-
that username, by the way. That is
That's
awesome.
my brother.
Oh, is it okay? I was gonna say.
Do you know what an acoustic motorcycle is?
Well, we're about to find out.
It's a bicycle.
Oh. There's always got to be a joke weaved in there somehow. Wow. Nice. Well, I love my acoustic motorcycle. I can't wait to ride it again soon. Now, I did set you up for that, Will, and you didn't take the bait, so I'm going to try again. Beyond card collecting, is there anything exciting that you got coming up this year?
Oh, yeah. You're going to let me shamelessly plug my
Oh, yeah. This is your chance, man. You got 9 people, including your brother, watching, so have at it.
All right.
Because
Yeah.
This is actually
So-
pretty cool for people to. I'll put it on the bottom of the chat.
Okay.
Or in the thing here.
So one of my hobbies is I make rugs, and this year I finally created an Instagram account to kind of show some stuff off, and I've finally got the confidence to like do commissions if somebody wanted to commission something, and I've gotten a few. It's been awesome. I've got this one that some of y'all have probably seen already. This one's in front of my display case. This is the Pacific logo. And then I'll show you the one that I just made. I just finished this one right before Christmas. If anybody's a fan of the band Tool, this one's going to be hard to hold up because it's very strangely shaped. But this is the flaming eye logo of the band Tool that
Wow.
I just made.
Have you shown Eric McDowell that?
Oh, I don't know if I've shown Eric that one. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's my Instagram. Will Makes Rugs. Very easy to remember. And so yeah, I've been posting some progress pictures as I'm working on stuff.
Yeah, that's
The
cool
Gundam
to
head I'm
see.
really happy with. I made that for my sister-in-law's sister to give to her husband for Christmas.
This one right here.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that one I rigged up so you can hang it on the wall. So he's going to hang that above his computer.
Nice.
He's a
I
big
love your
Gundam.
time lapse videos.
Yeah.
So
I love
satisfying.
them and I hate them because these rugs will take between 20 to 30 hours to do them because I'm doing all of it by hand, and they're
Wow.
big. Like I mean that Gundam head was like 4 feet across, and the time lapses are great, but it turns like 4 hours of work into 30 seconds. That's the only thing I don't like. It was like crap. This does not convey how friggin' tedious this was.
All right. Where did this idea come from, though, Will? Because we've joked on here a lot about you being the serial hobbyist. Fish tanks and I can't remember what the other thing was.
Disc golf and fish.
Yeah.
And
So how did this? Were you just on Instagram one day and all of a sudden you're like, that's what I'm going to do?
I don't know because I've never had an Instagram. I've never had a TikTok account. I know this has been a thing on TikTok for a minute. I don't know where this found me, but I saw it one day. Maybe YouTube suggested it to me or Reddit. I don't know,
Right.
but I saw a video of it and I thought, oh, that's cool. And I was just like, yeah, let's buy everything and make some rugs. And so I ended up getting really into it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's been great, and I'm looking forward to my goal for next year with the rug making is 3 commissions. We'll see.
Okay.
That's the goal. I got 2 this year, and only I just created that account back in October. So
Well, I'll throw this
Awesome.
question to the 3 of us. If you were going to have Will make you a rug, what would it be? What would you have him do?
I want a rug of Will.
oh, okay.
I
Is
just
the
want
unicorn picture?
just Will. Just I
That'd
can
be
just
a-
roll
that'd
it
be
out,
a-
right?
That'd be a long
I'm
rug.
joking. Man, we
all-
get mad.
Hey, really? That's what you want?
All natural too.
The Burt Reynolds and
Oh,
Playgirl back in the
There
day.
you go.
Nude rug. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I think we talked about this a little bit in chat. You want it to be something extremely unique because I can go get a Braves rug somewhere, but something that's just nobody else is going to have. It's going to be
Yeah.
different. So I haven't really figured it out just yet.
One thing I'd really like to do is find a tattoo artist that I could partner with where I could turn some of their art into rugs, or like if you have a tattoo that you love, I could turn your tattoo into a rug.
Yeah.
Frank Viola. Yeah, my brother claimed today that he is now a Frank Viola super collector because he came to my house and got all of his boxes of commons, and he found like 1,000 Frank Violas randomly. So he's like, I guess I super collect Frank Viola now.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
So I will say my next big rug I want to try and attempt is the 1982 Topps Traded Ripken rookie. So I've already taken the card and I've kind of vectorized it, which is like, you remember when Obama ran for president and there's the Hope poster and it's like blue and white and red and it's like kind of cartoony. You kind of do that. You can do that to any portrait and turn that into a rug. And so I worked on that on the Ripken image. I got it down to like 12 colors.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens. I just gotta go find all the right colored yarn. That's gonna be the hard part, is finding all the right shades.
All right.
So
Well,
that
I really-
if I can
yeah.
pull that off, that would be really cool.
Well, then
I
you
really
gotta
think
find
I
a-
want you to. Oh, go ahead, Tyler.
I was just gonna say, then you got to find a top loader that size, put it in,
You know, one touch.
or one touch.
Oh, that's gonna okay. Hadn't thought about that.
Perfect fit. You have a task ahead.
Yeah, right. Okay,
So I really, I really think I want to do something Middle Earth though. I think it may be a map or something.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
that'd be sick. I
That'd
mean,
be that'd be awesome on the wall.
so it
Yeah,
would definitely be a conversation piece, right? People would come over and be like, "Whoa, no way!" You know, you talk about Will, talk about why you picked it, and all that
Yeah.
good stuff.
And I think that'd be cool because that's something that we enjoy and share in common. So I think it'd be fun to give you a task that would be something at least you like.
Right.
It'd be cool to do just the ring of like, you know, you could
Yeah.
have the ring with the center cut out, like it's laying on its side almost, and you can see the script on the outside and on the inside. Something like that would be cool.
Man, I keep going back and forth to like something that I don't own. You know, like I saw the Gundam and I thought of Voltron because that was the first cartoon I ever liked as a kid. I was like, or a Top Gun thing would be cool. You
Cartoons
know?
are great, like any
Yeah.
cartoon character, because it's like bold lines, very clean color. It's very easy to draw. Something
Yeah,
like that would be really good.
Yeah.
That's why the Gundam looks so good.
Right. What the? Oh, geez.
Oh, so many inside jokes right now. I don't
I
have
know
time.
he needs to
explain
be
that
in
one.
an episode one day, man. He'd be hilarious. Tyler, what would you? I mean, not that you have tons of room to hang a rug somewhere, put a rug somewhere. What would it be?
I mean, I really don't know. I really have no idea what I would want.
This is an interesting idea.
I mean-
Yeah, an old Ninja Turtles thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What or what about?
That would be perfect.
I've thought about
Oh.
that one. That one would be an incredible. That one would be incredible.
Yeah,
I
you
could
made
totally
one
do
for
that one.
Jeremy. You have to do the hand with the rose petals coming up out of the hand, and
Oh, yeah.
we're just, dang it, that would be funny. Yeah,
If we're going, if we're going 90s cartoons, I want a Rescue Rangers logo.
Oh yeah,
That would be
Rescue
pretty
Rangers would be
sick.
good.
Greg would want a DuckTales logo for sure. We'd definitely go with that. And I was thinking 90s too, like Power Rangers, like a Power Rangers mask, like
Ooh.
Green Ranger's mask from the side. That
That
would
would
be
be
pretty
cool.
sick. I remember that's when I was into it. Sad that he passed away, but the character, the mask would be pretty cool. Or a Vettel helmet, because that would be easy. People have pixelated and done those, F1 helmet arts many, many times. I don't think that would be too difficult, but something like that would be fun. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's a big one too. Something to remember and buy. Yeah, cool. Well, hopefully that goes well for you, and I look forward to seeing how 2023 shapes up for everybody here. I know we chat a lot on Facebook, so it'll be fun to see what endeavors people go down this year and how Tyler's able to stay away from eBay, how long that lasts. Can't wait to see when you finally cave in, you can't scratch it anymore.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't Google eBay a few times and just search Mark McGuire and look through a couple pages. through
He
the
doesn't have the app, but the web browser still.
Yeah.
works.
Doesn't
Look,
count.
you can do it, man. I deleted it in 2018. I started back in 13, and I decided 18 I need to take a break. I didn't buy a card for 8 months.
yeah.
And it was great because it kind of let me reset. And when I came back
Well-
to it, guess the cards are going to be there, so don't worry about it.
It has been nice. I'm definitely on my phone less. That's been like the best part of it. Is
Mhm.
I would just like randomly, I'd pull up eBay, check it, and then since I was already on my phone, I'd just look at Facebook or whatever, just spend mindless time on it. But
Right.
now I'm not just going on for eBay.
Oh man, it'd be so hard though because I don't know if Will struggles with this, but like that one card that you've been looking for years.
I know.
Shows up in that period that you're gone. It happened to me.
I know. I can't get any deals like this right now. That's hard. That's the hardest part.
Man, I think about when I got really pissed off when I lost the Flair Legacy out of 20 from 2000. I got so mad I went off eBay for 3 months, and in that period, 3 Fortune, what are they called again?
Fortune 15.
Fortune 15s. Is that the insert? 2 refractors and 2 of the early Road to the Hall sold within that month. I didn't look at eBay. I'm like, well, I can't do that again. So you have to almost have your friends looking out for you and know that they're going to check the safe search. And if it's not that, then you're good. But yeah, that would be hard to do. So good luck. Good luck. Cool. Well, I'd say for me, it'd be fun to grab, 6 to 12 Jefferson case hits this year because his prices are definitely not going to be going down anytime soon. So I have to be very choosy about what I go for. It's going to be pretty tough, but at the same time, fun, so they're so unique. But yep, the Flurry stuff is coming in, which is always good. But I'd say maybe add to the website a bit would be nice, because it looks great, but it could definitely use a little more pizzazz. So have to figure out what to do. Cool. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. Will, Tyler, Ryan, it's great to talk to you. Great to have you on. I know we got to have some people in here see you for the first time in a while. I don't know who it was, but do you remember that guy that said, when are Will and Ryan coming back to the show? I was like, Tyler and Jeremy meant nothing to this guy. But we tried to get them all, and Jeremy unfortunately missed out. But I'm sure he's over there looking at all of his amazing air rods that he's.
Yeah, he had a fantastic year.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he
I
did.
remember, did I sell him a few this year? And then he found that other guy who had a bunch of sale, and then he found another guy. I'm like,
yeah.
He had the hookups this year.
Yeah, and it just goes to show he was like slowed down. He's like at the beginning of the year, he was taking his time. I think he was moving, and so being patient, it'll work out. It pays off.
Yeah,
especially when you're grabbing the big ones, right? Well, I mean, like the big of the big from the 90s, you can't just be grabbing them willy nilly. You got to really game plan for it.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone who got a blood transfusion this year can thank Jeremy, that boy has no plasma left in his blood. He donated all of it.
If that's true, I can't wait to hear about it from him.
That is how he paid for all those cards. I don't know.
I know he bought a house and then bought some of the best cards you could ever buy. So
the blood drive van comes to him. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, on that note, we'll catch you guys next year and hopefully get you on a few times. I know Ryan's going to have some cool YouTube stuff coming our way, and Tyler's got a human being coming our way soon. And so look forward to seeing all that stuff. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, Matt.
Take care, everybody.